Sometimes when I preach, my eyes leap. Sometimes when I pray, my eyes leap. For me, it is almost a spiritual barometer that I know that God is working. Because when my eyes are leaking, almost every time my heart is, something's happening. They say, is it your heart? I don't think it's my heart. I don't think it's the muscles that have the aorta and all of that stuff, although it might be. But when the Bible talks about heart, they're talking about the core, the spiritual essence of everything. You see what I'm saying? Do you remember the story after Jesus had been crucified? He was dead and he had resurrected, but everybody didn't know that yet. And there was two fellas walking down the road to Emmaus. You remember the story? And they are so down in the dumps because they really hoped that this Jesus was going to be the Messiah. But the last thing they knew, he was dead and gone. And they're walking down the road and they're talking to one another, trying to console one another. How could we have been that wrong? How could we have been that wrong? I thought. They're both saying, I thought, but how could we have been that wrong? And as they're walking down the road in sorrow, a third man comes up. He shows up. He's with them. And as they walk, he says to them, boys, what's the problem? They say to him, well, don't you know? Where have you been? Haven't you heard? Jesus said, heard. He said, yes, there was a man, Jesus Nazareth. We thought he was the Messiah. We thought he was our soon-coming king, but they crucified him and he died and he's buried. And now they walk on. And as they walk, Jesus begins to open the scriptures to them. And he begins to teach them. And I don't know how long this went on, but it was more than a few minutes. Finally, it starts to be even time to check in, find a place to get some rest. They come to such a place, and Jesus acts like he's not going to stay. And the Bible says they entreated him to come, stay, please. Don't leave us. They go into the house and they get ready to eat. And when Jesus picks up the bread and blesses it, the Lord himself opens their eyes and they see that this man with them, who once was alive, who once was crucified, who once was slain and buried, is no longer in the tomb, but he is here. Hallelujah. And all of a sudden, Jesus, shoot, he's gone.
Amen.
And they look at one another, and these are the words they say. Now, I'm sure they said a whole lot more than this. But this is part of what they said. They said, did not our hearts burn within us when he was with us on the way? And so when I'm asking you, if you can tell in your heart, that's what I'm talking about, okay? Did not our hearts burn within us when we were with him on the way? If you don't know what I'm talking about, I have a top secret prayer that works every time. Jesus, I don't know what they're talking about, but I want it more than my next breath. I want you to connect to me and allow me to be connected to you in the way that you wanted so badly. You gave up your life that I could have it. I turn from everything that keeps me from you, and I turn to you, and I ask you, receive me now, and let me be your child. From this moment on, I no longer belong to myself. I belong to you. Amen. You say, Pastor, that's so simple. Yeah. The Bible says even a child need not err in the way. Amen. Amen. Whether you prayed that before, whether you should have prayed it earlier and did, all of that's in God's hands, and it's okay. But turn to the Lord, and He will receive you. The Bible says He'll never leave you. He'll never forsake you. Amen. That's good news. God bless you.